there's a Warlock exotic that you're probably forgetting unless you only remember it for how bad or mediocre, if you kind of like it, it is. And it's Stormdancer's Brace. It was just bad on arrival. Came out in Shadowkeep, the worst of the Shadowkeep exotics, and one of the worst Warlock exotics in general. What does it do? Well, it buffs Stormtrance and Add Clear Super. Every time you defeat an enemy with Stormtrance, it increases the damage it does, and refunds super energy when Stormtrance ends. So that's the main benefit of it. But the increased damage really only takes effect after all the adds are dead, meaning you're just tickling a boss with it. A low damage super against a boss. So let's fix this super a little bit. This exotic super. Make it a little bit better. First thing I think we should do is remove the tiered rampage style system and move it over to the new Burning Fist Wormgod Caress system of it being on a meter that continually depletes. So earning kills or just dealing damage will increase the meter. I don't think dealing damage would increase it enough over time to keep it from depleting while it's happening. It just slows it down compared to not doing anything. But of course, defeats and final blows will give you more energy, especially higher tier enemies. But I think once you're at the maxed out tier of the meter, we should get some improved functionalities. Sustained damage over a period of time at max tier will cause an explosion, alternating between a blinding explosion and a jolting explosion. And this can also happen on final blows, because it is an Add Clear Super after all. So, as a gameplay loop, you're going to want to go into a horde of enemies and hope they don't all die immediately as you get up in tiers, and hope you can keep shocking things to keep the buff going as long as possible, while also blinding and jolting things to stun champions, do more damage, and protect your allies, because if it can't see you, it can't shoot you. Now, what happens when our super ends? We still get the bump to super energy for how many kills we got. Of course, it's capped because all of these exotics are capped on super regen. So, should we have another benefit outside of super? I think yes. And we should be able to advance the meter by jolting. So the meter can already be going up and up and up in our passive play just by jolting things. So from our melee, from our grenade, from our weapons, we could be getting stacks of the meter. And this will benefit us whenever we do super again, so we can get back in there and just let loose and be at the higher tiers already. Along with jolting enemies, increasing the meter, and the meter always being here whether you're in super or not, I think is better for this exotic. It increases passive play. And I think on top of that, the higher tier should give you small bumps to your arc weapon damage. So I think if it's a 3-tiered meter, you could get arc surge times 2 at tier 3, nothing at tier 1. Tier 2 would be times 1 surge. If we're going with a 5-tiered meter, which would probably be a little more balanced, tiers 1 and 2 probably wouldn't give you anything, maybe a small reload bonus. But as you move on, tier 5 would have a times 3 surge, times 2 for 4, times 1 for 3. So that's pretty much how I feel about Stormdancer's Brace. As a passive play, let us build up a meter using Jolt. That makes our grenades more valuable, our melees more valuable. They already were extremely valuable, but a little bit more. Volt Shot is even more of a go-to perk now. Then, once we get into our super, as we increase that meter and get more kills and deal more damage, we start causing explosions of jolting and blinding, stunning champions, and blinding enemies from dealing damage to our team, or just outright destroying them with damage. Then, once our super ends, we get some of our energy back to let this cycle continue. And the meter doesn't fully deplete, it'll deplete over time. Anyways, tell me what you think down below. And if you have ideas for exotics that need reworks or reworks for exotics, please let me know down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.